Well, Virat Kohli seems to have taken quite a few people in Indian cricket by surprise, as on Thursday evening he has announced his intention to quit as T20 captain after the upcoming T20 World Cup. Aakash Chopra with me. Lots of questions with regards to the announcement itself and, more curiously, the timing of the announcement. Akash, what are your first thoughts?
Well, the timing actually surprises me a little because for multiple reasons. That he's already been named the captain of the T20 World Cup. It is still some way away. It's not happening tomorrow. It's not starting tomorrow. So why now is the first thing that comes to my mind. And he's never led India in an ICC event in the shortest format, Raunak. So give yourself a good shot at it. If you end up winning the trophy, having trophy in your hands, would you have slightly different thoughts? Because this decision, you could keep it to yourself. You could talk to your friends and your confidants and everyone, but you don't really have to publicize it. And that's when BCCI officials were quite clear that it's not happening. So he's obviously thought otherwise, that he needs to go vocal. Secondly, the curious part is that he's giving up only T20I captaincy, and I'm trying to figure out that how many split captaincy has happened in the past. In fact, this is the third time when it's happening in India. But split captains, when I think of Joe Root and On Morgan, when I think of Aaron Finch and Tim Payne, you see a clear distinction: red ball, white ball. But here, red ball, white ball, and another captain for another white ball format. So that doesn't sit right with me personally. That can it actually continue for a considerable period of time? I have my doubts. So these are the two takeaways from this announcement from Kohli.
Okay, that's a lot that I want to pick on now. But let's go bit by bit. Let me try and figure what could have prompted this to be the timing of the announcement. Is it because in the days building up to it, we were hearing from a number of BCCI officials that no, we are not entertaining the thoughts of split captaincy? And do you believe, therefore, this has come purely at Virat Kohli's behest? The statement seems to indicate as much. And of course, we wouldn't have expected anything otherwise. But it is Kohli highlighting and stressing upon workload, talking about how he has given it his all and wants to focus on ODI and Test captaincy. So let's talk about the timing a little bit. Do you think it's been prompted by what we were hearing in the days before? Or do you believe there's something else to why it came now and not midway through the tournament or even after the tournament?
See, we don't know, honestly. We are not privy to the conversations. What we are hearing are, for the last now 2-3 weeks, just speculations, one after the other. One saying that he's going to get removed, the other saying that no, that's not happening at all, rubbishing the reports. So you don't know actually what exactly has transpired. So these rumors we've all consumed those rumors. So it's very difficult to say why now. Maybe it has just hastened the process, if nothing else, that now that the word is out, everybody is debating. Let me put an end to it, because otherwise you will never hear the end of this story till it actually happens. So I really don't know, to be honest. I don't know Kohli. I can't claim to know Kohli well enough to
Fair
actually
enough.
tell you what has happened. But workload is a fair thing, that he's been playing all three formats regularly. That is going to continue any which way. But one thing does come to my mind is, the last 2 years haven't been that kind on him with regards to the runs from the bat. So he was one guy who was challenging. He was actually just defying the logic that captaincy will have some amount of impact on your performances over time. But he was just flying. He was scoring runs in all three formats with the added burden of captaincy. He was relishing it, thriving. But now, last 2 seasons might just have started. Rather, that sowed the seeds of doubt, and may have started, or rather forced him to rethink.
Do you think this therefore relieves Kohli of pressure personally, given the amount of times we reiterate he's not won an ICC trophy, etc., etc.? Does this in some way relieve him personally of the pressure of what could have happened after this year's ICC, after this year's World Cup?
Well, does it relieve him? See, you want to just leave a legacy behind, right? And this is your only shot now. So there are two ways of looking at it. One, added pressure, that this is the only time that you will actually have an opportunity to lead India in the shortest format and in an ICC event. And if you fail here, that is it. You are not going to get another shot. WTC final will happen again, maybe. World Cup for 2023, you don't know whether he'll be the captain or not. But in his mind, if he's not leaving that role as a captain, then 2023 World Cup will happen. He's already led India in the 2019 World Cup. So this is the only chance. So you can also see it as more pressure now that this is your only chance, do or die kinds, or the other side is okay. I give two hoots now. Let me just go enjoy because this is the format. I won't no longer be a captain of, and let's just hit the ball and then try and make sure that India wins as many games as possible. In any case, we are favorites to win, and we've got a fantastic squad, which is a fact. So I don't know which whether you see the glass half full or you see the glass half empty.
But would you say in any way that this is perhaps, if there is a format where Virat Kohli is most dispensable to a playing 11, it would be this format? How do you see his T20 career progressing as a result of this decision? Does it make his spot in the team over the next 12 months in the T20I team that much more vulnerable?
Is he dispensable? I'm not 100% certain, Raunak, because
In this format,
you see his
I don't
numbers.
think so.
You see his
Hmm.
numbers. Numbers are phenomenal. Perhaps the only batsman on the planet who averages over 50, or at least was averaging over 50 in all three formats, including the shortest format. He's the only guy who's scored close to 1,000 runs in an IPL season. His T20 numbers. He may not be striking at 150, but everybody doesn't need to strike at 150. And India does play a different brand of cricket for a simple reason that they've got this varied bowling attack. Does it change completely now under Rohit Sharma after the T20 World Cup, assuming that he's the guy who takes over? I don't think that Rohit's, or rather Virat's place is under scrutiny or under any kind of pressure, or there is insecurity with regards to that, or there is some confusion, or there is just a chance of him getting dropped. I don't see it that way, honestly. Virat Kohli
Sure.
in all three formats. See, he's the best player, best batsman on the planet at this point in time, irrespective of what he's done in the last 10, 12 months. So I don't think that's going to be a concern at all.
So, do you believe it would have been more logical for both Indian cricket as well as Virat Kohli personally, citing workload, etc., which he has, if he would have stepped down from white ball captaincy as against just T20I captaincy?
See, perhaps, but then he would have had a word with Ravi and Rohit. He's already mentioned talking to the selectors, to the chairman and the president of the BCCI and the secretary. So he's spoken to everyone. He must have taken their opinions on board as well, and perhaps he's been told that don't worry, man, we really need you as a captain. So of course you're letting go of one format, that just please consider this as one format, and please lead the Indian cricket team in the remaining two formats. There's not a lot of one-day cricket that's happening in the next 6 months. So just leave it at that. That is not adding to your workload mentally as well. So I don't know, once again, what has actually conspired and what is the reality, that how it has come to this. But yes, long term, I do see that if Rohit, again, there are lots of conjectures, aren't they? When you look at Rohit Sharma as a captain, his personal form, India doing well, if everything is heading in the right direction, it could actually be, for all we know, this is how Indian cricket is, that 15 months down the line, you're looking at a different captain in T20s as well, for all we know, that there's 2022 World Cup. India doesn't do well. It's not in India either. It's an Australia World Cup. And then suddenly you say, no, we have lost faith in Rohit and now let's look elsewhere. So all kinds of things can happen, and 2 years is a very long time. But I think that is where we are heading. Red ball, white ball might just have separate captains.